Hi guys, Marina Simon, 10 Exit, life and business as usual, never again. So, guys, it has been interesting times. Um, I'm still in the middle of a blackout that started 4 days ago. Mini hurricane passed through here. Interesting, it lasted like 45 minutes and it destroyed amount of electricity poles and trees. Some of them were took off the ground, like the roots are out. The pavement was loose, and some of the branches were down. It is a very non-fun scene. But the worst part is that we're in the middle of summer and the heat is bad. But most importantly, electricity and connectivity, internet connectivity are down because of that. But I decide, what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the podcast anyway. In the middle of the heat, in the middle of non-electricity, I find a way to connect myself in any cafeteria or something that has a connectivity. So, recently I've been talking to some of my friends, and funny enough, they have come to me and say, you know what, I'm looking into writing a book, but it seems to be very, very complex, and it has many parts, and I don't know how to do it. And guys, we're not millennials, right? Millennials write books like, in a couple of hours, and then they are there in the internet. But we oldies but goodies, sometimes we have this old idea about the editor and how to write them and the time that it takes. And, there's of course different ways to write a book, right? But my point is, I have a friend who is an artist. She writes fantastic poetry in Spanish and English. And it's one of the most beautiful poetries I've read. And she hasn't written her book, and she has meant to do it since like 10 years ago, right? And she hasn't get to it because of the complexity we create in the idea of the process, right? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I have another friend which is into human rights. She's doing a fantastic, job on enlightening people on it. She created a website where basically she enlightens people about all our human rights, especially on these interesting times. And she has been talking about writing as well a book. Why a book? What would be interesting on writing a book? Well, first of all, it gives you credibility. It gives you authority. I don't know if you hear, like, quote unquote, the authorities, right? Oh, he's a published author, or he's a published blah, blah, blah. I used to be on the, I did an MBA and whatever on an Ivy League school, and they talk about PhDs. They're very published, or they publish certain amount of papers, and, you're as high, or you're as big as an authority as the amount of published papers you have, right? Okay, so that's kind of like the viewpoint out there in order to value you as an authority, to listen to you. Let's put it this way. So that would be the basic thing, what one likes to write a book. I guess the most important part is when you really want to communicate something, right? Like, you maybe, you have this very important message to give to your public, to the public you're servicing, or to the group. You want to communicate something that is your purpose of life, right? Some people are poetry, some people are in business, and they want to communicate these important things that they have discovered. There's amazing authors, recently I've been sharing with you some of amazing, outstanding books I've been reading. And but I just want to give you the ABC on how to publish a book if you want to do it fast, and don't sit on it for a long time. You can make it happen very fast. And hey, can be your first book, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to be your last one or the only one. It's just your first book. It's learning the ropes. So here are a group of steps, given by Jim Edwards on copywriting secrets. He has a great book, and it's very practical. I love practical because you can apply it immediately, right? So here are the ABCs or the cookbook recipes to writing a book. So step 1, define your target audience. So who are you writing to? Who's your avatar? Avatar will be your ideal customer. I need to remember not to use words that are, maybe some people, don't have the definition, and I don't want to create misunderstandings already. So it will be define your target audience. Who's listening to you, right? If you're a chiropractor and you want to write to your patients, it will be, well, chiropractic patients, right? And what kind of patients do you have? Specifics, right? So who are you? Who is your ideal person that you want them to listen to you? Who are you talking to? Who do you want to help? Is it for, like, if you're a marathon coach, well, it will be the running community that want to run their first marathon. Or if you are, I don't know, in mergers and acquisitions, right? And you want to share that with that group of business people. So you first choose who is your target audience. Who are you servicing? Who are you selling your service or product? Step 2. So you define it, right? So you know who you're talking to. Step 2, understand you can create your book's contents faster than writing it. So listen to this. You can create the content before you write it. And here is how. This is really, really, really cool idea. It's on step 3. You're going to create that content via a phone interview. Do you get that? You're going to create that content via a phone interview, meaning get an opinion leader in your community and create a juicy interview, right? Somebody who is in your same area and people are already following. Make an appointment and get them to give you an interview time. And record it, of course, right? You can either do it by the phone if he's in another state or another country, or you can go and visit them, in front of them. But nowadays we have so much technology, you can do it wherever you are and don't spend too much of their time or your time on doing that. So step 3 again is you're going to create that content via a phone interview. Step 4, you're going to create the cover using a designer on Fiverr. So Fiverr, it's a platform where you go, and by the way, it's F as in Frank, I as in iceberg, V as in Valentine, E as in eagle, R as in Robert, Fiverr.com. It's an outstanding platform where a lot of people that work on this kind of creation, right? Internet creation, they can create covers for you, they can write it, they can write your interview, right? Transfer it into writing. So you're going to go there and get a cover, right? Exactly what kind of cover, depending on your industry. You need to observe what are the covers. Go to Amazon, check what's selling on that industry. If you're in the industry of certain kind of business, go into that and look at the covers and see which covers are sexier. And then you can send that picture to the Fiverr guy and tell them, to just kind of like make it similar. Do not copy, just hack it, right? Model it. Okay. Step 5, you have your phone interview transcribed. You can either do it yourself. There's even apps that transcribe it nowadays. In Google, you can even do it. Or you can send it to Fiverr as well. So have it transcribed. Step 6, you do a light edit. So edit the interview. Sometimes, we hope we will have asked that question before, or maybe the person, answer a little bit extra or deviate from the question. Just edit it in the way that you feel it will work for your audience. Again, your step 1 is the most important one, which is define your target audience. Once you know your audience and you have done your homework, you know what that audience wants. So deliver exactly what that audience wants in your interview. Very good. Step 7, you contract somebody on Fiverr to format your book. I just did it recently. It was very simple. I did a simple ebook. Go to Fiverr again, Fiverr.com, and then you can contract them and tell them, so here's my write-up, make my book, here's my cover, just format my book, right? And that's it. It's not expensive, guys. It's the most simple thing on earth. I just went through the steps and truly I was amazed on the rapidity and the amazing quality of products. Step 8, you publish it on CreateSpace and Amazon Kindle as an ebook. Isn't it that simple? 8 simple steps to publish your book. Those are the exact steps you need to write a book. That's it. This is, and why would you want to write a book again? It's because it gives you credibility, right? It gives you authority. Also, here's another of the points that is valuable to have a book like that. You can use it as a business card when you're meeting people at trade shows, right? Here's my ebook, right? Not my ebook. You can print it up and give it to them, or you can give them the link in a card, right? Here's my ebook. Now, you can use it as a self-liquidating offer. What does that mean for that? That means that, let's see that you have a website and you're asking for your customers to give you their email address, right? And you can give it in exchange for the email address. You're not making any money out of it, right? It's self-liquidating. You're just giving it for free. You're not making any additional profits on it. And let's see, what else? You can use it also to get more consulting clients, to get more speaking clients, or to get more of anything, right? So there you have it. Very simple, very, very simple. I think the key here is keep it simple. It's better to have a product than no product. Do not sit on it. And I think the most key thing is choose wisely the person you interview. If you choose a hot name that already has a following, it will be very simple to get attention from your avatar, your ideal customer. So guys, I hope it helps. Again, another practical, example. And I hope to see soon your next published book. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow in our next episode. Crossing my fingers, electricity comes back.